Hi everyone, very welcome back to Watches and Wonders, and we have got the great opportunity to go to Jaeger-LeCoultre and meet Matthieu. Was the pronunciation all right?
Matthieu is perfect, yeah, and Jaeger-LeCoultre was perfect too.
Thank you for having us.
My pleasure.
When we see outside the booth, it's Polo 1931.
Yes.
Can you take us a bit back, the creation of the Reverso, when it came to life and the time when it came to life?
Sure. So, Jaeger-LeCoultre was already an ancient and grand manufacturer, probably the first ever manufacturer created. Well, certainly the first manufacturer ever created, but maybe also it is today the last. We were established in 1833, and we had already became the watchmaker of watchmaker and the king of complication. But in 1931, our path crossed with an ingenious and incredible design and idea, which was the Reverso.
Yeah.
A watch that could flip on its base to reverse itself and show a closed case back to protect itself. You know, wrist watchmaking was still at the beginning of its time when the Reverso came, so watches were more likely to be found in the pocket, so watches needed to be protected.
Yes.
And the ignition idea came from polo playing English military in India, because their polo was very popular.
Yeah.
And they wanted to keep their wristwatch on their wrist when they were playing, to keep track of the time, as time is quite important in polo. And in order to do that, they wanted a watch that could, protect itself, but could be handily visible. And the connection with polo and equestrian, to which we pay tribute in this year's salon with a full program based on Reverso with some polo inspiration in the booth.
Yeah, really nice, really nice. So it was really the first actual sports watch, the Reverso.
I would more rightly say that it was the first watch made for sport, rather than the first sport watch, as sport watch now has a clear definition. And we've made sport watch in our history after that, such as the Polaris, which is still in our range, but it was the first watch made for sport. But the look of the Reverso is very much looking into Art Deco, which was the time during which it was presented. But it was a very modern watch for the time, because you have to put yourself in the mind of the people at the time. Watches were most likely to be found in the pocket, as I said. They were very classic, maybe with eggshell, Roman numerals, something very, at the same time classic and Gothic maybe. And here the watch was rectangular, sit nicely around the wrist, and it had dials with colors. In the catalog of the time, it was said that the watch was at a black dial. It was the dial of the future. It was of perfect legibility, and this was something that sort of sets the watch apart from what it was at the time. Very forward-looking, very modern, and to this day, our watches have kept the same codes, which shows that really they were extremely modern for the time.
Yeah, and I think that is also the success of it. That the Art Deco era was very straight lines. It has a very modern look that keeps it still relevant today.
This is true. It's the straight line of the Art Deco. It's the form full functions. So it was made to be able to turn itself, to protect itself. Therefore, the lines show the purity in the design in order to protect itself, but at the same time be a beautiful object.
Yeah, really nice. It's really nice walking around in the Jaeger-LeCoultre booth here. You see the emphasis on handicraft. You can see the leather craft, the dial making. So how important is that for the brand?
Well, we're a maison that was established with the idea to be a manufacturer, really. And so to have people working under the same roof with the same goal to make beautiful and very inventive products and watches. Therefore, we have more than 180 crafts under our own roof. And this is something that we want to always continue to foster and develop new crafts. So the craftsmen that have been with us this week are just a small portions of what we do on our watches, from case making to, of course, caliber making, which is a specialty, and the level of complications. And maybe we'll touch base to this in a minute, because we have 2 new complications in Reverso, 2 new calibers in Reverso, but also up to the bracelets and the straps. And a few years back, almost 10 years back, we asked Argentinian bookmaker Casafagliano. They're based in Argentina, and they make polo boots for the greatest polo players out there. And we have asked them to design a strap for us, or collections of strap. And this partnership has gone since then. And this polo-inspired straps has just been such a revelation on Reverso, and has an impact that is very incredible, as it is fitting perfectly with the watch. So really, the watch that was made for polo up to the strap is it's a good a token of the present to the past.
Yeah, it's really nice, and also the straps that make them wear a bit more casual.
Yes.
And then you can go all the way to very, very conservative, elegant in the same timepiece. I think that's a very versatile timepiece that you can wear from a formal suit to like wearing your barber coat on the duck hunt.
Yes. It was the concept of the piece, and maybe we can probably tell a little bit about this first one here that we reveal. So this is a watch that we have created this year. It's a new caliber. It is a watch that is very dear to our heart because it is the best of Reverso. Let's say on the dial it has a very simple, let's say, dial with hour and minutes, but grand dates also, a very nice grand dates with the 2 discs on the same planes, very readable. And on the back, we have a closed case back, but which features a complication under the form of a wall time. So here you have the discs of the hour, which is moving, and on the outer part, you have an engraving with the city, and engraving on the back of the Reverso, of course, is something quite important. And so it enables you to read the times in the 24 time zone in a blink of an eye at one glance, but still having a closed case back on the watch. So the watch can be worn on both sides, of course. And the little trick that shows that Reverso and Jaeger-LeCoultre is really the watchmaker of watchmaker is that to adjust the time, we have a secret hidden trigger here. Nice. And it's very nice and crispy to be able to adjust and very mechanical. So it's quite enjoyable. And of course, when you do that, the time on the front is unchanged. So you can keep your home time on the front.
It's so inventive to keep the same case, the same watch, and still make up new complications.
Exactly.
It's wonderful.
That's what we strive for.
Yeah, it's really nice, and it's also the first time I see a world timer that is really legible, that you can see clearly what time it is everywhere. Great. So this is one of the novelties this year.
This is one of the novelties this year, and we have several other pieces to show. Notably one that you'll probably see on the booth that has been catching the eyes, which is a Milanese bracelets in pink gold on a very ultra thin case, which is extremely lovely, and it also gives another feel of the Reverso, because the Reverso is the perfect companion now, and for the one who wear it, but also for the watchmaker, because the codes are very strict of the Reverso. It's a watch that has been stayed true to its essence, and it's very important to us for that. But you can always invent in terms of little tweaks of designs and little tweaks of complications. So to put it on a Milanese bracelet really it feels like it's a bracelet that is just like a second skin, extremely thin. You completely forget it, but when you look at it, it catches the eyes like nothing, and really adds something to the watch. So it's quite
it's quite really nice to see how the challenge of keeping the strict form creates fantasy and invention.
And a challenge, and a challenge to keep the essence while reinventing.
Really nice. And the next one we have 3 watches here.
So the next one are the DUOFACE, which are the best-selling functions that we have. So on the front, you have the hour, and on the back you have a second hour with the same function of the secret trigger. So here you have it in blue sun rays with lacquer dial, true to the essence of Reverso, and here you have it with the black dial, which is the original dial of Reverso, and for the first time we do this black dial on a stainless steel case with index that are added after also we say index rapporté in French over this blue this black dial with this sunray, which is quite nice, and we have reinvented the black dial to be extremely wearable. We've set the indexes on the outer part of the dial, and so the silver dial on the back is also extremely wearable, so you really feel like you have a lot of watches when you have this on the wrist.
So nice, and it's so satisfying also changing
to swivel it, and you have this nice, very nice and crisp, change every time.
And also the decor inside the case.
So the decor inside the case is a sunray that leaves from the edge to which you're swiveling it, and which is also quite nice. It appears sort of a sunray that appears each time you change it.
It's so nice to see. It must be a lovely job you have to work in the Jaeger-LeCoultre. A couple of years ago, we saw also the Collectibles, where you restored all the vintage pieces to perfection.
Yes.
And they can be bought.
And they can be bought, yes.
First, when I saw it, I thought this is just for like the Jaeger-LeCoultre Museum.
Yes.
It was really, really nice.
No, it's an incredible project to be able to bring to the world and bring to the people who wants to buy them museum-worthy pieces. So it's a project that we've worked on for a couple of years now, and it has been a great inspiration for our new collections also. So it's a very enjoyable job that I have to be able to take care of the past, think about the future while sort of managing the present, and Watches and Wonder is the perfect time of the year to take advantage of this great time with all followers of the Maison and all lovers of fine watchmaking.
Because when you look for vintage Jaeger-LeCoultre pieces, they are quite rare. And they're quite rare to find in decent condition.
Yes.
It wasn't that high production back in the day, was
it? It was never a large production, as of course we make everything ourselves, even though the manufacture is quite important since the 19th century, but it's still a production that was all made by hand. Mostly made by hand, high watchmaking production. So the production is not large, and there are some models that are quite rare. And even though the year are passing, every year and every weeks, every month, we always find new treasures and new gems. And Watches and Wonder is also a good moment for people to come and share this with us, sharing the love for the new watches and the new creations, but also enriching the past.
Really nice. I can really, really recommend everyone to go to Watches and Wonders. It's open to the public from Friday to Sunday. Visit the Jaeger-LeCoultre booth. And if you have not tried on a Reverso, please do. It's so satisfying. It's a beautiful watch, and it's one of the true icons in the watch industry, I would say. One of the rare, unique pieces that still has its original DNA, and you can really recognize it among every other watch. It stands out.
Yes, well, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
It was a pleasure.
We'll have a walk around and have a look at the rose gold Milanese watch as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.